Adding Wi-Fi LED strips is one of the cheapest, easiest and simplest ways to get your foot in the smart home world. It's kind of like a rite of passage. You absolutely have to have some sort of smart lighting in your house. But with an absolute ton of options out there, which one should get your hard-earned cash? Today we're reviewing this Wi-Fi RGB LED strip from Govee. This is the 12 volts, 18 watt, non-addressable version of their LED strip. It comes with this little remote if you want to control it, but the main feature is that it's all done through Wi-Fi using the Govee Home app on your smartphone. These LED strips actually feature quite a bit of customizability. You can set timers if you want to wake up or go to sleep with these LEDs. You can create your own DIY scenes, and you can also set it to react to music. In the interest of transparency, I do want to mention that I did purchase this kit by myself. This was not provided by Govee. I purchased it through Amazon, and you can find the link for that in the description down below. The kit I have here is a 5-meter roll, which you then cut to your desired length. There are cut points every 10 centimeters on the strip, which is quite nice to see, which means you can really get in the exact length that you want. Some other LED strips have their cut points distanced quite far apart, which means you either end up with too little or too much on one side. If you're not a fan of using your smartphone to control your lights, it also comes with this little remote which does most of the functionality. It also features Google Home and Alexa integration if you are into those ecosystems. I was also able to get this working in Home Assistant, which we will cover a little bit later on in the video. Taking a quick look inside the box, you will find the instruction booklet as well as some other paperwork, the remote control, some mounting hardware, as well as an alcohol wipe, the power supply, and of course the LED strips themselves. The controller has 3 physical buttons on it for switching it on and off, as well as controlling the brightness, which is good if you just want to quickly turn them on and off. Also attached to the controller is the infrared receiver for using the remote control, so you'll need to make sure to have that visible if you want to use the remote. The remote also includes batteries, which is nice to see. In terms of installing this LED strip, it doesn't really get much easier than this. Simply measure and cut your strip to the desired length. Make sure to wipe your surface down with the included alcohol wipe, and then starting at one end of the LED strip, work your way along, pulling the backing paper off as you go. The included double-sided tape here is actually very strong, and I find it easy to work with. Some other LED strips have really weak sticky tape and it ends up just falling off instantly. But that was absolutely not the case here. The included sticky tape is incredibly strong, and I'm pretty confident it's going to last the test of time. After the LED strip itself is mounted, you'll also want to mount the controller in a convenient location for you. Again, there is included sticky tape on the back of the controller. Once installed, simply plug in the power and download the Govee Home app. You'll need to create a Govee Home account in order to complete the setup for your device. This is probably my biggest complaint about this whole kit, is that there doesn't seem to be a way to add a device without creating an account. It's really infuriating to see, and I hope that they do away with this in the future. Once you've created your account, adding a device is incredibly simple. Simply tap the Add Device button and the Govee Home app will do the rest for you. It should automatically discover your device and set it up. The entire setup will take around 30 seconds or so. It really is super simple. The app itself I found to be intuitive and really easy to use. It's really easy to change the brightness, color, mode, as well as create timers and your own custom scenes. Updating the firmware of your device from the app is also easy, and it doesn't take long at all. These lights actually have quite a lot of customizability considering they are non-addressable. There are quite a lot of scenes built into the app already, and the ability to create your own custom scenes is a nice touch. This kit comes in at £25 or dollars, and I do think you're getting quite a lot of value for that price. In terms of downsides, there really isn't a whole lot to complain about here, especially given the $25 price point. However, other than the fact that you have to create an account in order to get any of the advanced functionality for this kit. The other thing I don't like is the amount of wastage that there is when you have to cut this LED strip to size. This isn't necessarily a bash on Govee because all the manufacturers do this. However, I wish they would sell just the controller on its own so that you could make your own connections to the rest of the strip. I don't think it would be difficult to do either. Other than that, I do wish they were just a tad bit brighter. However, again, considering the price point, there isn't too much to complain about here. I did want to mention that I managed to get this working in Home Assistant thanks to a custom component by Florian Lagg on the Home Assistant community forum. His custom integration for these LED strips is awesome, and it gives you all the functionality that you need to control these LED strips right within Home Assistant. Of course, it goes without saying that this is a custom component and there is no official support through the Home Assistant developers. However, I do hope this makes it into the official repository soon. That would be so good to see. It's also worth saying that this custom component was created just 13 days ago, so you may run into some bugs. However, I've been using it with absolutely no issues at all. Of course, I'll leave the links for this custom integration down below. So, should you buy this RGB LED strip from Govee? Well, with a ton of customizability, an intuitive and really easy to use app, and a really cheap price point, I do think it's really hard to beat. At this price point, I think it's one of the best RGB LED strips on the market that I've seen so far. But what do you guys think? Have you seen any other RGB LED strips that you think are better than this for the money? I'm really interested, so let me know in the comments down below and I will possibly check them out in a future video. While you're down there, make sure to hit that like button, hit subscribe, and let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.